So on this episode, we're going to be talking with the Ricky Lee. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? How are you guys?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Good. So where does the Ricky Lee music story begin? Like, when did you start playing? When did you start having an interest in music?
Story.
Want to hear my story?
We want to hear
yeah.
your story.
Yeah, your story, man.
We want to know what got you into it and like what drove you, and like what pushed you to get to where you are today. So where did it all begin?
Really, my dad's a musician, so I grew up. Yeah, I grew up like literally him playing music all the time. Every weekend he was going out playing music, and he played bass and stuff, and he sang in his bands. And I don't know, maybe from birth, I guess.
Yeah.
I was kind of born under a bad sign, man. Like, you know, I mean, I really don't know how other way to put it, but like on my birthday, Leonard Skinner crashed their plane and lost like 3 members.
Yeah, that's a wild birthday.
October 20th, 1977. Yeah. And I kind of discovered the Freebird movie, and that kind of inspired me a lot to let's try it. Let's see what happens. But I mean, really, I started playing when I was like 12, and I started off with like easy stuff, knocking on heaven's door.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, man.
Everybody starts playing easy stuff.
Yeah, you're not gonna wake up and be like, you know what, I'm gonna learn how to play guitar, and then come out in one day playing like Steve Vai or somebody.
Yeah,
I
I
not
can't.
gonna happen.
I can't play at all. I can't play musical instruments whatsoever. Terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The hand-eye coordination is not there.
I play guitar, but yeah.
You play guitar? That's cool.
Yeah. I started about the same time. Yeah, actually, I was 10 when I started playing. But yeah, I started mostly then with bass, and then I kind of progressed over the years. I think I was like probably 16, 17. I was like, I'm gonna grab that 6 string, and then went from there.
Right. And it's addictive too, man. It is.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
But yeah, man, like when I was like younger, man, like Guns N' Roses was even though I can't, and I'm going to say this publicly.
Oh man.
Oh shit, when you preface that.
Yeah, okay. I can't stand Axl Rose. Okay.
Yeah.
I never claimed at all. I'm going to give the man the credit that he deserves. The dude is one hell of a piano player. Right. He is a killer piano player. I've tried playing piano. I got some stuff that I'm currently working on that has piano in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't stand his vocals. But as of the band, and I don't like his attitude, but as of the band and the bicycle shorts. But anyways, as of the
jab.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man, the band was great, man. The band was great. And I really followed strong with the Use Your Illusion albums.
Mm-hmm.
Where everybody else is going for Appetite for Destruction, I was going for Lies, Lies, Lies album, the acoustic album.
Right.
And the Illusion albums, because those were really big when I was in high school. And along with like Nirvana and stuff like that. And I got my first band when I was in high school. I was like a junior. And we played in front of the school. And it actually wasn't too bad, I guess. But, your first band, high school band,
You're nervous as shit.
Oh, God, scared. Yeah, scared, man. But, and then I kind of took a break for a long time and really didn't push doing that, playing music or anything. And moved to Florida, did all kinds of crap down there, climbed and built cell phone towers for a living. And
shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. That's a job, bro. That's a job, man. But but then just later down a few years down the road and stuff, I ended up getting back into playing music and stuff. And
Now,
everything.
what got you back into it? Because I mean, you took a break there for a long time. What drew you back into doing it?
To be honest with you, I ended up moving from Florida and back home to Gallipolis, Ohio. And I really don't know exactly what happened. I mean, I just one day just started picking it back up. And just kept on playing, kept on playing, kept on playing, kept on playing, kept on playing. The next thing I know, I'm like in a band and stuff and everything. I'm not even singing, I'm just doing backup vocals at the time. And I was kind of deterred from singing because one time when I was learning how to play, I got paid $50 not to sing, just to play the guitar.
Oh wow!
Tell that story. Tell that story. I want to hear that story.
Yeah. I was probably like 15, 16 years old and had this old Yamaha acoustic. And my mom called me and she was like, "Hey, I'm down here down the street, at a friend's house, and we're all here partying and everything. They want you to bring your guitar and play a couple songs." Well, I'm like, "Oh man, I don't know if I want to do this or not,
Right.
And considering that I never really tried singing or anything. And so I get down there and I'm doing like, okay, I'm playing some like, Led Zeppelin stuff and everything like that. And then the next thing I know, I get asked to sing a song, and I can't remember what song it was, but this guy comes up to me in the middle of my song and was like, "Hey man, just stop for a second." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Here's $50. Just play the guitar, man. Just play whatever you want to play. I don't care what it is, but just don't sing." So that kind of deterred me from singing, man.
Man.
Yeah, it was kind of
I
cool.
can only imagine.
Yeah, it really shut me down. It was like meeting Simon Cowell or something,
How'd you get over that? Because I'm sure it gave you a complex. How'd you get over
Oh, it did, man. But the thing is, like later down the road, I got involved in a band and stuff, and then I got involved in a outlaw country band with my cousin and some people from Gallipolis, and I was doing backup vocals. And next thing I know, I'm singing one song, and then I'm singing another song, then I'm singing another song, and then I don't know. Just one day, my cousin called me up and said, "Hey, man, you need to be doing your own thing." So I formed my first band, 12 Gauge, and we were a really, really, really strong 3-piece in the beginning. Then we got another guitar player, and we just played locally. Really, that's all we really did. And but we stayed together for like 8-9 years. So it was a good time.
So I know Jay's thinking about it, and I'm really curious. So I gotta ask, how many covers do you have in your book?
As of right now, yeah, my rock and roll Bible. Yeah, man, I seen that when Chris brought that up. He was like, "Dude walks in with a book this thick, and it's full of
It's a
covers."
lot.
Yeah, it's a binder for everybody that we're talking.
Right now, I'm probably I probably have about 125 songs.
Oh yeah.
It's a good selection. When I see him flipping through it, I'm like, is that all the ones he has? It's like, that's
Can you pretty much play all of them on spot too if you have that binder?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, pretty much on the spot. My problem is I can play all kinds of crap, but when it comes to lyrics, man, I ain't trying to memorize. No offense to anybody out there that might be watching this or anything like that, but I ain't trying to memorize y'all's lyrics. Sorry, man. Sorry, that just ain't happening. 4 hour shows. The longest I've ever done was 5.5.
That's wild.
Man, that's good.
That's one straight show, 5.5. And that included me playing a lot of original material also, like 2 sets worth.
Yeah, and I listened to that stuff you sent me, and like your stuff is really good. It's really
Thanks,
good.
man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Yeah,
like you definitely play like when you go to the covers, like you play the cover songs that the people around you are gonna vibe with, and that was so great. When we were watching you perform, everybody was getting so into it and just having such a great time.
Yeah, the night at Raccoon Fest was great, man.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, one of the key things is when you're, to me, I think is when you're doing like cover shows and stuff like that. Um, Something I've learned over the years is like, okay, it's good to play a little bit of everything,
Hmm.
but
Right.
you got to put your foot down when it comes to what you do, what best suits you, what best fits you as an
Right.
artist.
Right.
I've always considered myself to be an acoustic rock artist.
Hmm.
I like rock music. I
Right.
love 70s Southern rock, man. Some of the best music came out of the 70s. Of course, the 60s too, but really all the years, all the decades. But
Just not this one.
my
The music we
my
have today is
particular,
not so
yeah,
good.
this one, I don't know what the hell's going on here. I really don't know. I mean, there's a lot of good bands out there coming out with new stuff and everything like that. One of my boys that I'm friends with, Jeremiah Johnson, he just recently, within the past, I think it's been about the past month and a half, 2 months, he got recruited on with the band Lost in Silence, and they're coming out with new material
Okay.
and everything. And the company also, I want to bring this up too, because these guys are really good guys to work with.
Mhm.
If you can get in to meet with them, but is a company called The Threshold. I've been working with them for the past month or so, and they promote like a lot of like unsigned artists. And they have a new thing out called Loud and Local. I've shared it on my Facebook page a couple
Mhm.
times. That's all unsigned artists, man. All of them, and it's like free music and everything, dude. It ain't costing nobody nothing to scan it. That's all you got to do. And
Damn.
and so far the people that has downloaded it that I know, they've all said that all of it's really, really good. So
There's a lot of there definitely is like a lot of local unsigned people out there that
Mhm.
have really good talent, but somehow they're not making their way out the way they should.
right,
Like
right.
they're not having the chances they should have.
Right.
They're not getting the attention they deserve. And like it's sad to see that when you got people who can perform as good as they can perform and they don't get the recognition they need.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it is because I mean you got really good artists. I mean, even in like Ohio and everything, there's I mean, there's so many good artists around. Uh like Chris Guerrera, I mean, my God, man, his band After the Rain,
Mhm.
I mean, they're amazing. Every time I've seen them, they've been great, you know.
Right.
You got Bash's band Artifacts. I
Mhm.
mean, come on, man. I haven't got to see those guys live yet, but yeah, I'm definitely wanting to check out his band Artifacts because I've seen a lot of video on them and everything, and
Right.
yeah, it looks like it'd be a really good time.
Yeah.
But you got like Project Rewind also. You got King Toads, who you
Yeah,
guys
Yeah,
got to
those-
see.
they're so freaking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they started off with that first song, and I'm like sitting there watching, and I'm going, okay.
It
And
came
then
out of fucking left field too. Like it just
Yeah.
like
and then
it's
they
just
actually
like
kick
whoa.
in, and it's like, holy shit, they got that like that fog hat like type of vibe to them,
Yeah. I
that
was really
type of
fucking digging it.
70s look.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It's like, wow, man.
they
But
were
yeah,
so
it's like,
good.
some of these bands, they don't get seen and heard in the opportunities that, at least give them a shot. At
Right.
least give them the opportunity. You know what I
Right.
mean?
We've all been to like a national show where there's been some trash national acts, but then you
Oh,
see
sure.
then you see these local bands like
And you're like, this is
and
way
guys like
way
you.
better than
That's
something I
like
just paid hundreds of dollars
yeah,
to go see.
yeah, no doubt.
Right.
It's
Right.
wild. It's wild how it
But yeah,
works.
but I mean, but also at the same time though, man, it's like, I've constantly, one of the things I've always said when it comes to the music business is, you got to be willing to make sacrifices, man. You
Right.
have to be willing to make sacrifices to get your foot in the door, to do what you got to do.
Mhm.
I mean, because if you're not willing to bend, man, if you're just not willing to bend, then you're not gonna get anywhere with it.
Mm-mm. I mean,
You gotta,
it doesn't help that the local community doesn't go out and support, local bands or anything. Not like they used to, anyways. Like people
Yeah.
just aren't going out and doing things as much as they, did a few years ago. It's changing.
Oh yeah, the whole COVID thing, it really put the screws to a lot of stuff, man.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
stuff, and it was literally like, we were on a complete shutdown,
Yeah.
pretty much. I mean, we weren't too. If we wasn't, we weren't too far off of it.
Did you do any
You
like shows via Zoom or via like video?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
did?
Well, you had like a lot of bands out there, like like Nonpoint. They did what the quarantine sessions is what they called it,
Mhm.
and they did
Yeah.
some acoustic stuff of their others of their material. And there was a bunch of other bands doing the same thing.
They got to
But
find
yeah.
a way to get their name out there to, get their stuff out there, especially in a situation.
It made the
like
internet
this.
that much more important during that time,
Right.
for music, really.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Like my first show, coming off of COVID, actually starting to go out and play, was at the Kena Clubs, opening up for John
yeah.
Corabi.
In Columbus.
I hadn't played in like 2 years, man. 2.5 years.
Damn.
And my first literal, like, don't get me wrong, I played for like family a couple times, before
Right.
this, but man. Anyways, and like I get it like an email and in contact and stuff and everything from the Kena Clubs, and they're like, hey, we got this guy, John Corabi, coming in. He's a freaking legend. You want to kick off the show? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, well, you got to sell so many tickets. I'm like, okay, not a problem. And I sold all my tickets. That wasn't an issue. And everything. And that's when me and Bash kind of reunited after years of not seeing each other or hanging out or anything like that. And I got to meet Timmy Creech, who you guys know also.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that guy's really good too, man.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
really
yes.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
He is, man. I
His
was really
veins.
happy when he got up there and did Turn the Page with me, man. That was that night.
Yeah.
That was fun.
That was sick. Yeah. You guys killed it, but that was sick.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, it was a good time, man. But yeah, man, I got to meet him through by playing the John Corabi show, man. And it was like when I first met Timmy came up to me and goes, thanks, man, you did one of my songs. And I was like, sorry, man. I'm like, oh my God, I'm already making somebody mad at me already.
Yeah.
I'm
Just
probably
fucked my
gonna get beat
setup.
up, and here I am in Columbus from southeastern Ohio, hillbilly, and
That's
gonna
funny.
get my ass beat when I walk out the door or something. Like, oh
That-
my
that-
God, I'm sorry.
That's
But,
funny
no,
that it went from that. It went from that to you guys doing that together, doing that song together.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. So whenever we do shows together, I'll hit Timmy up and I'll be like, hey, man, you gonna do this song or this song? He'll be like, no, you can take him. I'll be like, okay. Like,
You
it
did
don't
it
matter to
once,
me.
don't
I
want to
got-
do it again.
Yeah, I got plenty of songs to choose from, man. So not a big deal.
That's great.
I mean, do you want to do you want to form another band? Like, where do you want to be in like 5 years?
I put the idea out there. I put it that way. And I
Mhm.
mentioned something about finding on my Facebook about finding a drummer and everything. And a couple guys hit me up on the drummer thing. And I just recently put a thing out for a bass player. But I haven't heard nothing really back or anything. It's been shared, but I haven't really heard nothing back. And where I'm located at, a lot of musicians I'd like to play with are up near the Columbus area, but I'm 2 hours away.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that makes it really, really, really difficult.
Right.
So
You'll get there. Yeah, it'll take a little bit of time, but you'll find the guys. Yeah. See, what's
This
the
guy
dog's
here.
name?
Hey, who's
His
this?
name-
Introduce.
his name is Grohl. I named him after Dave Grohl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
he's something else, man. He's something else. I know, buddy. I know.
So what band mostly inspired you growing up?
Most well,
There's gotta be that one band.
yeah. Well, to be honest with you, because this is gonna sound like pretty off, but I was a huge Doors fan.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, I know, right? Like,
Oh, I just didn't expect that. I didn't see it coming. I'm not like
yeah,
upset with the
yeah,
choice, but
yeah. I was a huge Doors fan and stuff and everything, but something about Morrison's vocals, man, was just like, and just the way he did things and the way the rhythms and stuff was in that band. You know, the drummer, man, he was like a jazz drummer. You know, you had a
Right.
flamenco style guitar player, a classical pianist, and then you had some burned out dude who thought he was a poet. You know what I mean? So it's just like, you
yeah,
know,
yeah,
it was a pretty weird
a
concoction,
band of misfits
really.
for sure.
But I mean, to pinpoint it down to like one band, like, you know, I don't know, man. That's really hard because, like I said, you know, like the 70s Southern rock, you had Molly Hatchet, you had Leonard Skinner, you had Blackfoot, you know, and
Mhm.
like the 90s grunge, you had, you know, of course, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Stone Temple Pilots, you know, all them groups. And it's like, all of them are good. How do you pick one? Oh,
Yeah, I feel that.
wow.
Feel
You
that.
can't, man. You can't.
Ah.
You can't. There's just no way. I mean, it's just like, you know, I get asked that a lot. They're like, well, you know, what's your most inspirational artist? You know, and it's just like, well, shit, you know, really?
Can't narrow it down.
You know, what point in time in my life are you looking at here? You know, because it's
Right.
like, you know,
What was the best era? Do you think? Can you narrow it down to
Yeah.
an era, or is that even hard?
well, I mean, really, to be okay, all right. I know this is gonna be argumentative. I know my 80s hair fans and stuff and everything. Hold on. But I really, I mean, 90s, the 90s grunge,
Okay.
Mhm.
those, you know, those bands really is what, you know,
Is that your
inspired
fun?
me to go harder.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Is that the fun stuff for you to play too? Is that like
Oh, I
your
love it. Yeah, I do. I really do love it. But I mean, at the same time, with, excuse me, with my little collection that I got going on, um, I try to do mainly a rock genre
Mhm.
and everything. I mean, yeah, I can pull out one or two or three country songs on my butt, but I prefer to do the rock side of things. It just
Right.
seems to be more fitting for me. I feel more comfortable with that, put it that way.
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
mean, but I mean, I've always been told, you know, hey man, you can sing country, you got a good country voice and everything, but it's just it's not
It's
where
not
I'm
what
at.
it's not what you
Right.
really enjoy doing.
Yeah, you know. So and like over the years, the acoustic thing has, you know, there you at the time, you know, you had Chris Cornell going out on his own and doing his own stuff and everything, which was really super, super, super inspiring. Uh he was amazing. And then you
Right.
got, you know, and you got Aaron Lewis doing
Right.
So
his
good.
thing.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you had Darius Rucker doing his thing, and you know, it's just like, you know, how can people not want to go see a solo acoustic act anymore? After seeing those, it's like I kind of feel as a solo act when they see you with an acoustic guitar, they're automatically going, "Oh, what kind of country music do you play?"
Yeah,
It's like,
most people that's what they think of.
yeah, or they think it's not going to be as exciting, you
Mhm.
know,
Right.
and which is you know crap, you know
Oh
that
yeah, it's definitely different when you get to experience it, in person being there.
right, you know, it's just well, this is the thing. Okay, the John Karabi show. One thing I noticed, and that night was just like, you know what, this is right here. What this guy is doing is what I want, and it's amazing. Okay,
Right.
this guy got up there and did his show, and the entire time when this guy spoke, you could literally hear a needle drop on the floor.
That's crazy to me.
That's
Everybody,
wild.
everybody was focused on him, on John. He was
Right.
telling stories about like when he was with Motley Crue when he met his idol Steven Tyler from Aerosmith.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And it was just like, and the songs were fantastic also, and it was just
Right.
like, and he did it all by himself. And it was just like, holy crap, this guy. I mean, really? Seriously, this guy
Right.
has everybody. I mean, it was like a freaking morgue. When he spoke, it was like a morgue. Everybody was listening.
That's
That was the
crazy.
only difference. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, and it was really inspiring to meet him and to talk to him and everything. It was really, really cool.
What's the biggest artist you've opened up for? Is that
Oh
it,
Lord.
or what are some of the big artists you have opened up for?
Well, I mean, you had Karabi, and right after that, I opened up in May. I opened up for the band Rehab.
Yeah.
Okay.
That has a song, Bartender song.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I've opened up for them. I've opened up for Farewell to Fear twice. That was cool. They've been out for a little while, for a few years and everything, man. But
Mhm.
those guys are a great group of people too, man.
Right.
Frank Vial, which, man, I follow Frank. He, and sorry, buddy, if I pronounced your name wrong. His last name, yeah. I'm sure he'll get a kick out of that. But Frank is he tours as a solo artist, and he's playing like sold out shows left and right as a solo acoustic artist.
Oh,
And he's touring with John Waite right now.
Nice.
And it's like, holy crap,
Yeah.
it's just like you see these, and it's like, I sometimes I feel like, because you're a solo acoustic act, people are very reluctant to want to give you the opportunity and the chance.
Oh,
Mhm.
for
So
sure.
they'll go down to Joe Blow's down the street and go watch the band down there they watched last weekend and the weekend
Yeah.
before that.
Right.
Because they think it might be too subtle. It might be, I don't know, too relaxing or whatever.
Right.
But no, man, not all solo acts are like that.
No,
Right.
there's
Yeah,
a
I've
lot
seen
of
plenty
good
that carry the
solo
energy.
acts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Like I try to stand whenever I'm playing,
yeah,
because it's like,
not the stool like the some of them,
not
but
just sitting down and having storytellers time. You know what I
if
mean?
it's more with your feel is more like a rock feel too. I think that's more that I think that is more of the country kind of sit down, like you said, like talk and tell a story. But
Yeah.
your music, oh yeah, you're trying to go for more of a rock. So I could see this the standing gives more energy.
Right. Well, plus vocally too, when you're standing up, I've always been told that you're able to take better breaths, or whatever when you
Right.
need to, and you can breathe better when you're standing up because you're able to fully expand instead of compressing yourself
Right.
when you're sitting down. So,
See,
but
I already don't know how you guys play guitar, so I don't understand how fucking people can play guitar and sing at the same time. There's no way. I would look like the biggest moron on the planet.
dude, it's tough, man. It's hard. It's hard. I get some people like, hey man, can you play and sing Stairway to Heaven? And it's just like, okay, there's a lot of finger picking involved in there.
Yeah.
I got to do this and I got to do that. I mean, I'll give it a shot, but here, let's see how it goes. Hold my beer, watch this.
Right.
So, I mean, I've been known to jump from like doing "Can't You See" into like Michael Jackson's "Billie Jean." Yeah, and it's like, what? Hold on a minute. Is this guy playing? Is it?
What's
That's
the most
Michael
off the
Jackson.
wall cover you think you do? Like that people wouldn't expect to come from Ricky Lee.
Oh, I would say "In the Air Tonight,"
And then
Bill Collins.
yeah.
I would say probably that. Or "In Collar," that Jamie Johnson's country song.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are both really good songs too.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
But yeah, I would say probably either one of them too.
How many shows do you think you've played in? total.
Like,
in
Yes.
lifetime.
Yes, in life.
Now it's
okay, well, I'm probably going to give away my age here, so let's go ahead and put it out there. Earlier when I mentioned Leonard Skinner, it was like their 45th anniversary of the plane crash. So I'm 45 years old. I got a little over 20 years experience, and I've played a lot of shows since I was 17. Since then, I know one year, and it blew me away once I actually counted it. But I had 197 shows in one year. And
That's
I
a
was
busy
short.
year.
yeah.
I was short. Well, the thing is that this was during tourist season
Hmm.
and everything. So, which is when school lets out, spring break, to when school goes back in.
Hmm.
So between there, I had 197 shows, and in my goal, and I was 3 shy from my goal of 200.
Yeah, that's so a wild year. Wild
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
What's the
it
farthest show
was-
you played?
the what?
Like the farthest show you played from like where you're from?
Oh, Well, I would say probably there was a time when I was living down south, and I had to drive 3.5 hours to Charlotte at the Rowan County Fairgrounds. We the band I put together, Saving Sanity, which is some of the stuff I sent you
Mhm.
guys.
Mhm.
We headlined a festival right outside of Charlotte, and we headlined the basically the unsigned band stage and the local stage, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And Crowbot, they headlined the night on the main stage.
Okay. Damn.
So that was like 3.5 hours away. So, but this year, like as far as I played, I would say is probably the King of Clubs. It was like 2.5 hours away.
Which
so-
which isn't too terrible, I guess.
Oh no, not for that place. Shoot, man. Let me tell you something, man. That place is great, dude. They got it going on with that place. They do. They got it going
Yeah.
on. I mean, I've been up there not just to like, go up there and play. We get to like the VIP tickets and stuff like that, man. And we've been up there and seen Puddle of Mud, Tantric, Jackal.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, a few other bands too, man. And that place is off the chain, man. It really is. It's off the chain. I really like it.
Now,
But
where-
I'd like to break out more into Columbus area if it's,
Mhm. There's definitely a community around this area for like for local artists like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's just that the solo acoustics, man, we have it a little bit harder because we're not in a band,
Hmm.
and the bands kind of get looked at a whole lot quicker than what
Oh, they
solo
do. They
act
for
does.
sure do.
Yeah.
So I've done like I did a show like a show with Bash in Wellston, Ohio one time, and that went over pretty good. All we did was like I started off, I played one set, he played a set, I played a set, he played a set, and that was the end of it. That was the end of the night. And it was a good night.
Yeah.
And everything. And I'm kind of thinking that's what we're going to end up having to do is we're going to have to rely on each other to help spread the word about shows,
Absolutely.
Right.
instead of you just playing, instead of just me playing for 4 hours. Well, let's get Britton Feather up there. Let's get Timmy Creech up there. Let's get
Help each other out.
exactly. So and plus it gives the people a little bit of a break from having to hear the same person.
Mhm.
It's there's some benefits to that. There is some benefits to it. We gotta like put our heads together and figure some stuff out and everything.
Yeah.
So
What would you
It-
say is
no.
like what would you say is would be your like most favorite point in your music career? Like where was your top? Like what was your most favorite time in playing music?
That show.
wow.
Yeah.
I would say probably nothing against all the other bands that I opened up for. Trust me, I have
Right,
nothing
right.
against you guys, but I always wanted to do a show with Boba Flex,
Mhm.
and because they were just like where I'm from, they were just like right across the river in Mason,
Right.
and the beginning and stuff and everything, and it just seemed like it was a goal. It became one of those things where it seemed like at one point in time, like everybody was getting to do a show with them, getting to open up a show for them, other than the band I was in. And it was just like, and the more and more that happened, the more and more I got determined on it. And then I actually got to open up for them in South Carolina. And it was great. It was a
Yeah.
great night, man. It was a great night. It really was.
Oh, I'm sure.
I would say probably either that or when I got to play on the main stage at the Hard Rock Cafe. That was
Does doing something like that make you super nervous? I mean, it has to.
oh god, yeah. Oh god, yeah. When I got to do my first opening act, man, I paced the floors. Like they called me up and was like, "Hey, you want to John Mayer, it was a RK Entertainment. He was like, "Hey man, so you want to open up for Demon Jones?" I'm like, "Who?" He goes, "Demon Jones."
He's
And
pretty
I was
good.
like, I don't know who that is. And he was like, "You know the band Rehab?" I'm like, "Yeah." He was like, he was in the band Rehab. I was like, "No kidding." And it's like, "Yeah." And he goes, "You want to do it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, you got to sell some tickets." And I'm like, "Okay, not a problem." Sold all my tickets. And it started to hit me like a week, 2 weeks beforehand that, holy crap, I'm going to
Right.
be the first one to play opening up for, a national touring act.
Right.
And he's like the godfather of like the country rap, man.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, and I was doubting myself, like, oh man, what did you get yourself into? It's like,
Right.
I'm sweating, I'm driving, I'm sweating on the way to the show and everything. I'm all nervous and everything, and like smoking weed like it's going out of style and trying to calm down, and everything. And I meet the guy, I meet him and stuff, and everything. He's like super nice and everything. He's really chillax and everything. And it's like, all right. And I get up there and I do my thing. And he was like, and I met him at the end of the night, and he was like, dude, he goes, "I don't know why you were nervous." And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Man, you did terrific." He goes, "I dig some of your songs, man." He goes, I like some of your stuff, dude." He goes,
Oh, yeah.
keep it going, man. And
Oh yeah, that's gotta be so uplifting.
Oh yeah.
oh
it's gonna
man,
get
it
some
was
big
considering I was
positive.
throwing up before the show and everything. I was so
Damn.
nervous. I was just like,
Damn.
oh god. And people are like
That's
looking
funny.
at me and they're like, "What's wrong with that guy? He's already wasted and everything." And here I am walking up on stage with my guitar, and it's just like
Yeah.
I was just nervous, man. I was.
Yeah, so,
I
so
was,
does it never go away then, does it? Does it never go away when you
no,
play
it
show?
does not. It does not go away. But after you get like that first one or two songs out, man, and you take a deep breath, you start to realize that,
Yeah.
hey, you're in this, dude. You're in it.
Yeah.
You don't have no choice right now but to continue.
Right.
So
Now you've talked
go
about
on.
the best. What's the worst show you've had?
I'm sure you've had to have
Oh,
some bombs. Every
Yes.
musician has some
Jesus.
bombs.
Yeah,
What's that one show where you're like, I don't ever want to talk about that again?
oh God.
You're gonna make him talk about it.
We're gonna make you talk about it.
Oh God.
It's probably
Well-
more early on, wasn't it? I'm sure. I mean, or more frequent when you first started.
Oh, when I first started, yeah. I remember playing one place in Gallipolis. It was called Mogies. And I was in this band and everything. It was just like, the bar was full.
Yeah.
We start playing, we start noticing like 2-3 people walk out the door.
Oh,
We notice those 2-3 people don't come back in. The next thing you know, there's like maybe 10 people. And then there's like couple more people.
That's
and
got to be like
everything.
the worst feeling because you're sitting there trying to perform and put your
Oh,
stuff out
man.
there, and people are just leaving.
Yeah, and it's like we're just looking at each other like, what are we doing wrong? You know, what is it we are doing so wrong? Is it just us being here, period,
Mhm.
or is it too much? Because it was a small place, and you're talking about a 4-piece band.
Yeah.
So, you know, I mean, I guess it could have been a little overbearing, maybe.
Now, what was your biggest fuck up performing? Everybody has a big fuck up when they're performing.
Forgetting the bridge part of a song.
Did you just completely jump over it, or did you just?
Yeah, I did. I did. And there's been a few times where it's like, and believe it or not, I know this sounds horrible, considering that I have my rock Bible that's, you know, I have literally forgotten lyrics to songs and everything.
Wow.
Yes, man.
Damn.
And then it's like, damn it, dude, they're right there in front of you. All you have to look, you know what I mean? But I'll get
Yeah.
so caught up in the damn moment and everything. It's like, you know, I'm
Right.
thinking, you know, that I got it. And it's like, you know,
Now you talk about smoking weed. Like, so do you like drink and smoke weed before shows, or like do you try to be like more clear headed when you do shows for certain shows, or how do you what's your method?
well, weed calms me down,
Mhm.
and I have no problems at all with that. But yeah, you know, I'll take, you know, I used to drink quite a bit, you know, and I kind of like slowed down majorly on my drinking. Not that I ever had a problem or anything, but you know, it's like, you know, I just kind of did it a little bit too much. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I was drinking a lot of Jaeger at the time.
Oof.
Yeah.
A man's
And,
man here.
You know, so I drink like a couple shots of Jaeger. All right, put it this way: a whiskey glass filled with Jaeger. So probably about 4 shots or something like that. And I'd take a couple of drinks of that, and take a couple of hits off my bowl or a joint or whatever, and breathe deeply a couple times.
Then do it, huh?
You know, you
There
have
you
to go out there and face it. Go out there and face
Whatever.
what I might be.
Whatever calms your nerves, man.
Yeah. Well, you know, there ain't nothing wrong with it. You know,
No.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
if it
sure.
just gets you, if it mellows you out, relaxes you, just to get you out there on stage and everything, then do it. You know,
100%. 100%.
so it doesn't mean you have to. Just cause you drink doesn't mean you have to get drunk.
Mhm.
You know,
Right.
so
Yeah.
that's the way I kind of look at it.
So what are you working on now? You got new music you're working on? Where you at right now?
Yeah, I got some stuff that I've been playing out and stuff and everything, but I have never actually had it recorded.
Okay.
So I right now that's what I'm trying to figure out with this whole. I'm trying to do this myself.
We see you're not tech savvy. We see that.
Oh,
we,
man,
see,
yeah.
we see your posts.
Dude, when it comes to technology, I suck at technology. Like this stuff that you guys are doing, to me, it's like TV magic. You know,
I
Right.
even made a joke about it before
Oh,
you got on
dude,
with us.
yeah. It comes to technology, man. I so suck at technology, man. I do. So like I'm trying to like figure this whole thing out. You know, I got me a Zoom R8 recorder, digital track recorder.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, I got some stuff I'm working on. I got some stuff recorded on it, and then I got this laptop and using this Cubase LE11 or whatever it's called program.
Mhm.
I have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to that thing. And
You'll get it.
so, but I'd say probably right off the bat, the way it's going, I could probably put out my next single in probably like maybe the year 2049.
At the rate you're
So
going.
those
Huh?
people in the future that's watching this right now, this retro TV stuff, you know,
Oh
Mm.
man.
it's coming out next year.
We do want to. I've been kind of busy, but I do want to get you like in the like basically like a little studio thing behind me. Get you like a little live performance. I think that'd be
I think that'd be
that'd be killer.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah. I'm definitely down for that. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just like kind of put me on the spot type deal, I guess.
Oh, dude, it's nah. You just chill. It'll be good.
Right, right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a
It's
hang.
all
Just a hang.
gravy. It's all
Yeah.
gravy.
We do like. It would have been great to do an in person with you because doing an in person is. It's literally like you don't think about the camera. You're not just looking at it.
Yeah.
You sit there and like you get real personal with somebody, and it's a whole different level doing an in person interview.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it makes
Yeah.
things
Well,
way
this is
better.
my second time doing it. And speaking of, I just want to tell you guys, thank you for having me on. I
Oh, yeah.
mean, it's
Thanks for being on.
seriously
Oh, of course, dude. We
love you guys, man. Love you guys for this, man. And thank you for everything you're doing for all the artists, the local artists and stuff, man.
that's one thing we've always discussed pushing is pushing
Yeah.
the local bands, pushing anything local to help them get their name out there. And if we can help you guys, if we can spread the word, we're gonna do everything we can to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It takes it's a team effort, man. It really
It
is.
is.
It really is a team effort.
And that's how
Yeah.
you build your relationships, your connections to people. And if everybody helps everybody else out, then it's gonna go great for everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a win-win situation for all.
Absolutely.
So I mean, like I said, I really appreciate you guys having me on and everything, man. It means a lot.
I've
this is,
been looking forward to this one.
This year's been different for me, man. It's been
Mhm.
weird, man. It really has. It's been weird. It's been a lot of firsts, man. Like, been on like podcast radio stations and and 2 podcasts now.
Anymore, like podcasts, like this and other ones, radio stations. That's how it's anything on the internet. That's how you're gonna get yourself out there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it really is nowadays, man.
Because a lot of people just sit at home and use the internet all day long. They don't go out and see these bands. They'd rather just watch a clip on
Right.
YouTube or something.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we've had
If we
videos
can-
pop to 6,000 people watching it, and we're
Yeah.
like, where the hell did that come from?
yeah, if we
Like,
can
just-
help just get, a few more people to watch you, to watch Christopher, to watch, Timmy Creech, to watch any of these local guys.
Yeah. I do like that solo acoustic because I relate to that being a musician. It's like I like that you're relying on only yourself up there. It's one of those things where it's
hard.
it's hard. Yeah, it takes a lot more effort, but at the same time, I could see you put a lot into it too because it is just you.
Yeah, when you're doing that, that's your heart and soul into
Yeah.
everything you do. Because
It definitely is on you,
destiny.
and trust me, an acoustic will make you play.
Right.
Acoustics make you play, and your mistakes are very noticeable.
Right.
Very noticeable.
Mhm.
It's it like I said, it's all on what you're mostly comfortable with. What's your
Mhm.
style? What you got to stick with your style, your genre. It's not bad to be a versatile artist. It's not bad to be that person at all.
Now, would
But-
you prefer to play in a band or do you prefer to play solo more?
Well, I don't know. Both of them have their ups and downs.
Right.
The solo thing, it kind of gets tiring after a while sometimes, after
Mhm.
playing like a 4-hour show and putting all that out there like that, and you happen to fill the void, you have to fill the gaps, it's all on you, and you only.
Right.
Where
Promotion,
like
everything,
and it's like whereas in a band, a little of that pressure is kind of taken off, but for me it's more full sounding with the band.
Mhm.
I don't know how to put it. It's kind of like I don't know, because like every band I've been in, I've had to play it. Once they found out I play guitar, it's like, okay, well, you got to play and sing, well, you should be playing and singing all the time. There's a few times when I would like to not even have to pick up a freaking guitar
Right.
and just sing, just to see what that's like.
So
but I've never,
just don't tell these people that you know how to play guitar for
Yeah. Yeah.
Do a
That
couple
last-
gigs, and just
That-
be like, by the way, I can play.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like, well, I could play the part on this song, or whatever, but no, it always ends up me playing full time and stuff and everything. It's just like, so it's like, man,
How much do you
All right.
practice? Like how often? How much time do you put into like your craft?
I don't know. I probably put in maybe about 2 hours total a day, if I can.
That's
but
dedication.
Do you still put in a
Well,
lot of
I
time?
mean, I put in about
it's
2
only
hours.
2
with the
hours,
video games.
yeah, and it's not really like it's not really like going over songs, or unless I pick up a bunch of newer material,
Right.
then I'll go over that stuff a lot.
Right.
But for like months, even if I think I got it, and I do it in the show and I do fine and people really dig it, I'm
wanna
still going to
perfect
rehearse
it.
that song. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I mean, the band thing. I mean, the bands are fun, but at the same time, you have the battle of the minds sometimes.
Yeah.
People not on the same page, or people on the same page and moving off the page. you know,
Right.
I
People
don't have
suck
to worry
sometimes.
about.
Yeah.
Right. It does. It happens. It happens to the best of them. So,
Sure.
but yeah, man, it's just like, I don't know. I mean, I miss the band thing. I do, because it was fun. But at the same time, I don't have to worry about other people's schedules. I only have to worry about my own.
Right.
Right.
And actually there is kind of, if you want to look at the money factor, there's more money as a solo act than there is
Right.
as a
You
band.
ain't splitting that check. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but I have no problems in doing that. But the only thing
Right.
is, it's like, 4 hours of playing with a band. It's like, so I've actually thought about just putting a band together just for the original material and learning like 4 or 5 covers that would suit
Right.
the band style. But
Right.
at the same time, there isn't no money there in that at all. So it's just like,
Yeah,
what do you do?
is it worth it? Is it worth it for you to, start a band? Or are you better off just continuing the journey of doing the solo acoustic?
Right. That's like the question of the questions for me.
I'd like to see it take
off.
off, man, because there used to be a lot of that, and you don't see it like you used to as much on like the national act anymore. You don't as much. I mean, it is more of the country.
Everything is
thing.
so mainstream.
But I'd love to see rock.
nowadays,
I mean,
too.
like you preach. Yeah, it's just I'd love seeing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to see more of these national act bands do acoustic stuff.
Yeah.
Do
Like
acoustic
MTV
shows every
Unplugged. Do you
once in a
remember
while.
that shit? MTV Unplugged.
Oh yeah,
Oh
man.
my god!
Oh,
if they
yeah.
did that shit again, like some of the stuff we had out now, or bands we have out
Yeah.
now,
I mean,
watch the shit out of
even
that.
and some of the people are like, like some of your heavy metal fans are like, well, you can't do heavy metal with acoustic guitars, blah 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 blah. Well,
Why can't you switch it up? Make a change.
dude? Seven Dust live
Mhm.
at the Georgia Theater.
Right.
Watch that show and then tell me they can't be done.
Right.
Right.
The whole show was them acoustic, and it was great.
Right.
Loved it.
Yeah.
It's
just getting the right audience to enjoy, acoustic rock shows. The audience is there. It's just they're not spreading the word of like the bands they know, or the solo acts they know. They're not spreading that word at all.
Yeah. Well, another thing is too, is like when it comes to that is, I wish that the national acts and promoters would stop this whole, I don't know where it came from and where it started, but stop this thing with, not allowing like solo acts to kick off a show just because they're a
Right.
solo act and they got 3 bands behind them.
Yeah.
What is it going to hurt? What is it really? I mean, seriously, dude, the way the shows that I've done like this, I've always been the number one dude every single time to play. start off the show. Okay.
Right.
And I was always the cheerleader. That's what I tell people. I'm always the cheerleader. I'm the one you first see, biscuit boom ball, woo woo, rah, rah, rah,
Yeah.
you know. And I might get lucky and get the bill to play. When I'm playing, the people were getting their tickets checked out, getting their hands stamped, and they're walking in while I'm playing. So I'm kind of like their introduction and
Right.
everything. And then you got the bands that comes up. And for some reason, it was just like, for a long time, it just seemed like, oh, well, you're not in a band. Well, that ain't going to work. Why? Why is that not going to? Well, why wouldn't that work? You
It's
make
music,
the solo
yeah.
act, get up there by themselves in front of everybody,
Mhm.
in front of these bands, have them kick off the show. Give them the
Mhm.
opportunity. Give them a chance, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it ain't going to
Sure.
hurt nothing. And it wouldn't hurt for some of these national acts. I'm not going to mention anybody's names, but if when they do come across like in a town, say like they're in Chicago and they come across this solo act, it's a local act there, and they like him and he did really good, pitch his name out to the promoter and say, hey, look, man,
Absolutely.
we're totally cool with this guy kicking off the show.
Mhm.
We would like for him to, don't see what would hurt. Just let him start the whole thing off,
Mhm.
and that would help. Yeah,
Right.
granted, you don't want to
100%.
put a solo act in the middle of the show. You don't want to have like
Right.
a solo act in the headlining act. No,
Right,
it don't
right.
make sense.
No. But still,
But
give
what
them a
is it gonna
chance. Let them have that opportunity to make a name for themselves.
Yeah.
right.
That's
It
what
ain't
Ray
gonna
does
hurt
for
nothing.
Misfit Productions. I do give him credit for that. He actually has a lot of his shows start off with acoustic acts, and they
Mhm.
sometimes 2 or 3 acoustic acts, and then you'll get into the bands, and you'll get into the
Yeah, Ray's a great guy to work with. He is
Yeah.
a great dude to work with, man.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
family. He's family to me. So yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah,
Okay.
mhm,
All right.
yeah.
Right on. Right on.
So yeah, he's the way he does it and the way he just supports locals. I anytime I can shout him out, I do. Misfit Productions. I mean, they really do help out the local, and they do that way. It's just put the acoustic acts out there. But yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I
it's just,
think it's nice doing it that way too, because like when you first show up and you got like an acoustic act playing,
builds up.
you like,
Like,
yeah, you start vibing with that. You're like, all right, this is how it's going now. Like, this is great. Can't wait till later. And it just builds the whole night. You
yeah.
gotta give those acoustic acts a chance. You gotta let them,
Yeah.
you gotta let
It's like
those guys shine too.
it's like it's like we're underestimated just because of the simple fact that we're a solo act.
Mhm.
And it's just like, man, I
There's
mean,
so much hidden talent.
it's like I'm not trying. There's no way that I'm going to sit there and like even try to. But the thing is like my mentality of that is like, well, a solo act can't hold a crowd for longer than an hour or 4 hours or something like that. One, I know that's a lie because I've done it myself, and I'm not trying to
Right,
brag,
right.
but I
Yeah.
have done it.
If you have the
Right.
I
right
have done it for
crowd,
myself. For one, two, with that mentality, I'm sitting here going, okay, so like if Eric Clapton said he wanted to come play at your place just by himself with his acoustic guitar, you're going to tell him no, right? Because he's a solo acoustic act, right?
Hell no.
they would.
Exactly. That's my point. I'm not
Right.
saying I'm great like Eric Clapton. I'm not saying, the dude's a legend. There ain't going to be another Eric Clapton.
Mhm.
Right.
There ain't going to be another Chris Cornell. There ain't going to be another Aaron Lewis. You know what I mean?
But there
Chester
could
Bennington.
be, though. There could
Right.
be people just like them if they had the opportunity.
That's what I'm getting at. You don't know until you give people the
Mhm.
opportunity.
Sure.
Yeah, check them out. Check out their following and stuff and everything. See what kind of music they play. Ask them for recordings. Yeah, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But don't be afraid to give them an opportunity.
Do you have any
Yeah.
upcoming shows you want to pitch? Like that you
You're
have
playing
coming
at the
up?
Smiling Skull again here soon, aren't you?
Yeah, December 3rd, I'm playing at the Smiling Skull. Let's see. Next weekend, I'm at the Gallipolis American Legion.
Mm-hmm.
I love that place, believe it or not. It's actually a good time. Yeah, I believe that. I got Wagner's also next month. I'm sitting here looking it up now.
You're playing in Mansfield in January.
Yeah.
That's gotta be a bit of a fucking hike.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It is. But hey, that's why I was getting at. You got to be willing to make some sacrifices.
Yeah, and that's one thing a lot of people don't do.
That's what I'm saying. I don't have no problems with that. I have this as long as it's I'm fairly compensated,
Of course.
which
Right,
I
right.
am with that show. I'm not going to complain, not one bit. And yeah, I'll make the drive all day long. It won't bother me a bit. But yeah, like next weekend, here it is. Next weekend, I'll be at the Gallipolis American Legion the 19th. And then I'm going to be doing a show with at Towns Family Billiards with the Trash Junkies there in Newark.
Mhm.
And then the Smiling Skull, in Athens, December 3rd. Yeah, Wagner's Roadhouse in Chillicothe, December 10th. And then back at the Legion on the 17th. But yeah.
Oh yeah, everybody listen to this. Check him out.
Yeah, it's a good time, man. It is. It's a good time. I even get people up there. Some places, people want to get up and sing with me. If they know the song, I'll play the song. I'll let them sing it.
Oh yeah.
So it's a good time, man.
Oh yeah.
So
We're social media, stuff like that. Like where can people reach you and see and listen to your music on the interwebs?
Yeah, right. Well, I'm always sharing stuff on my Facebook, which is Ricky Lee on Facebook. I have my Instagram also, which is Smoking Roaches on Instagram. You'll see my ugly picture on there and everything. And really on YouTube, I have just type in, well, what I've been having people do is just type in the title of the song, Ricky Lee title of the song. But it's basically it's Ricky Lee 12 gauge, I believe is what it is on there on YouTube. Oh, it just says Ricky Lee. So I don't know if you can see that. But anyways,
we'll plug it.
Yeah, right. But yeah, I can send you guys links and stuff and everything. So
Another thing I would ask you, any ghost stories?
any
Hey, you got any
ghost stories?
stories?
Yeah. Yeah, I like
Oh,
to ask some
man.
people want to interview them. I didn't get a chance with
We're
Chris.
all about ghost stories, man. We like the creepy things.
Do you
in
have
there.
any crazy stories, Bigfoot, anything you
No, well, I mean, not really. I mean, I've done some some EVP recordings,
Mhm.
a couple of those, man, and they kind of like freaked me out. I got some, and I did them by myself, but so I know for a fact.
there wasn't somebody else making some noises and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I know for a fact that that wasn't me, and this thing had a deeper voice, and I don't know what, dude. I mean, it was a deep voice, and it was telling me to get out now, and I couldn't believe it.
Where was
And then
you when
I
that
had
happened?
it was like out in Benton, Ohio, man, and
Gotcha.
and then there was another time too when I got an EVP recording telling me to go to hell. And it was like a demonic voice, man.
I would never go back.
Yeah. I didn't play around with that stuff anymore. But although our boy Timmy Creech, man, he's been telling me some stuff, man, about the place that he works at and everything. Some weird crap's going on. And
Gosh darn it, we need to get him on here.
oh yeah, yes, definitely,
sure.
man. Definitely.
I'm sure that's good.
Yeah, I mean, like my mom's house in Gallipolis is like a really, 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 really old house, and everything. And they said they've heard stuff going on in their house and setting one thing down on one side of the counter and it's on the other side. When they come back in, and it's just I don't know what to think about any of it, man. I mean, I believe in this stuff, man. I ain't gonna lie, I do believe in this stuff because I mean, it's like.
If you're doing
There's too
EVPs, I would
much-
think so.
There's too much footage and too much crap, man,
Yep.
for there not to be. That's like saying, literally saying that you don't really believe in that stuff is kind of like sit back and going, yeah, aliens don't exist. Seriously, bro, you really think we're the only ones in this entire just one universe? Not talking about the other ones like the galaxies and stuff. And everything. You know what I mean? You really think that we're the only ones for
It's
real?
not possible. It's not
But
possible.
no, man, no. Even our military is even saying we're not the only ones. We don't know what's going on here.
Yeah.
We can't keep up with this stuff. We can't shoot it down. They're
Can't
making
see
90
it half
degree
the fucking
turns at
time.
like 2,000 miles an hour and flipping us off and drinking a beer while they're doing it. You know, we can't catch up. We don't know what to do.
Man.
It's like, oh God, you know. So, but I mean, yeah, I believe in that stuff, man. I do.
What about Bigfoot?
Oh man, I don't know, man.
And I always ask people if Bigfoot's real, if they think Bigfoot's
Well,
real.
I mean, this is my kind of take on it. You know, yeah, there's been video footage, but there's also been hoax video footage.
For sure.
You can say the same about aliens.
Right. But I don't see our military making a fake video of Bigfoot though.
Yeah, like we don't know what this thing is. Like they don't even comment on that shit.
Yeah, right. And well, my thing is this, okay, why hasn't there been a body found?
Maybe they live for hundreds of years. Maybe there has been a body found and our military's hiding it. They did it with aliens.
Oh
and shit.
Lord. They probably got it down in like in Roswell or something like that.
Right.
Or out in Dayton, you know, at the Air Force place there. Supposedly that's where they took the Roswell bodies. You know.
Right. Right.
But yeah, man, I mean, I don't know. I think the world and I think the universe is way too big to be excluding anything out of anything.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Anything's
I mean,
possible.
You
Yeah.
know.
realistically, when you think about it, we're probably just this little tiny dot on like the hair of an elephant's ass or some shit.
Oh,
I mean,
dude, yeah.
There's
we
so
ain't
much out there
nothing.
that we don't even understand.
We're like dust,
Yeah.
dude. We are. We're like
That's in the
dust.
wind.
I mean, for real, right on. Yeah, it's yeah, we're just dust. I mean, they said they found another planet that's just like Earth and like 3 times bigger. Has water, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, now come on, man.
That place is about to
Really?
get freedom. Enough.
You know, yeah, Elon Musk will be the first one on there, man. He'll be like, well, I just bought Twitter, so I'll just buy the world too while I'm at it, you know. And I'll live
Then
here.
we'll get there and realize that there are other, living things out there and they're gonna
Right.
kill us all.
Well, I think there is, dude. I really think there is, you know. And I think, like supposedly, like, a lot of sightings have been around like military sites,
Mhm.
missile silos, different militaries, different countries and stuff and everything. And I had this crazy idea, like, okay, yeah, so if Russia, says, hey, we're gonna send a nuke to the United States or something like that, aliens are gonna come down and be like, no, you're not, and blow the shit up. And we're all rescued, and then the aliens take all they go and they leave. They don't come back, they just leave and they come back if something like that happens.
Do you think aliens watch us like we watch television?
Oh, dude, I have no doubt about it.
They're like these fucking morons.
Like, these people are so stupid. Don't they know if that one pushes the button that it's done?
Or they look at us like ants. They don't even fucking pay attention. They're like,
Yeah.
I just want to know like what season we're at and what episode.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
We're not as advanced as we think we are.
Yeah.
The early seasons were better.
Yeah, right. Probably more entertaining.
But anyways, this is
Oh,
usually
yeah.
about how long we run on these ones. But yeah, man, I thank you for coming on. You said thanks. for having me on,
Absolutely. I
man. It
enjoyed
was-
having you on.
and,
Oh man, appreciate it, man.
what was that show in Newark? It's at the Hub, correct? You said-
No, it's not the Hub. It's the
where's it actually at then? In Newark.
it was something Towns Billiards,
Oh, okay.
and it's with give me a second. The Trash Junkies.
Okay.
I'll tell you here just in a second here. Towns Family Billiards.
Okay.
and it's with the Trash Junkies. I'll be opening it up for them.
What's the date on that one again?
Oh shit.
Sorry to put you on the spot.
No, it's okay. My phone, dude, I suck. You know, like I said, I suck.
Technology, we know.
Rub it in, guy. Okay, just rub it in. The 26th of this month.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
not this coming weekend, but the weekend after.
The weekend after. Fuck.
Yeah, we'll definitely try to get out to one for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, man, it'll be
we
fun.
recommend everybody. But everybody watching this, we'll see you guys next time.
All right, man. Later.